His name is Frederick Douglass, born Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey in February 1817 or 1818. Passed away February 20th, 1895. He was an African-American social reformer, abolitionist, orator, writer, and statesman. After escaping from slavery in Maryland, he became a national leader of the abolitionist movement in Massachusetts and New York, becoming famous for his oratory and incisive anti-slavery writings. Accordingly, he was described by abolitionists in the time as a living counterexample of slaveholders' argument that slaves lacked the intellectual capacity to function as independent American citizens. Likewise, Northeasterners at the time found it hard to believe that such a great orator had once been a slave. Douglass wrote 3 autobiographies describing his experience as a slave and his narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, an American slave in 1845, which became a bestseller and was influential in promoting the cause of abolition, as was his second book, My Bondage, My Freedom, in 1855. Following the Civil War, Douglass was an active campaigner for the rights of freed slaves and wrote his last autobiography, Life and Times of Frederick Douglass, first published in 1881 and revised in 1892, 3 years before his death. The book covers events both during and after the Civil War. Douglass also actively supported women's suffrage and held several public offices. Without his permission, Douglass became the first African American nominated for Vice President of the United States as the running mate and Vice Presidential nominee of Victoria Woodhull on the Equal Rights Party ticket. Douglass believed in dialogue and in making alliances across racial and ideological divides, as well as in the liberal values of the U.S. Constitution. When radical abolitionists under the motto "No Union with Slaveholders" criticized Douglass's willingness to engage in dialogue with slave owners, he replied, "I will unite with anybody to do right and